Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to the HAR Scrum today on the 30th of April. So I'm gonna be your chair for today, and Erica will be my secretary. So we're just gonna start off with our first campaign here, which is the inquiry optimization by Nadine, but Nadine is not here. But let me check if there's any updates on the card. Not yet, actually. Okay. So can Andre or someone like select or chat Nadine in the group? Well, that we'll just move to the second campaign first, which is the Guest Engagement 1.0 by Maria. So, Maria, please tell us your update here.
Yes, thank you, Mr. So, good morning, everyone. Here's the update of the guest engagement campaign. There's a slight decrease on most of the review, but review check-in and check-out rate. And I'm trying to um, change the funnel. WhatsApp stickers will not be put again in the B funnel because it's give no significant result. So it's just only for a complement in communication, like the use of emoji. And I add guest checkout happily on cfunnel as another output of this campaign. And what we need to do is I'm starting work on the new pivot of reducing cancellation. That's pretty much my update. Back to you, Mr.
Okay. Is there already a pivot, Maria, for the reducing cancellation?
Yes, I'm still trying to work on it.
Hmm.
I'm still making the card actually. I
Oh,
think it
okay,
will
okay.
be started like on tomorrow, first May.
All right. Are you gonna do that with someone else first, or someone else, or is it only you? Because I think you guys had a meeting regarding this one, yeah, for reducing the cancellation.
I think with someone else, but I haven't decided yet.
Okay, okay. So, uh, Erica, please write it down on the activity just to remind Maria to for the pivot card and like update it by next week as well. Yeah, the next Scrum. Okay. So for the WhatsApp stickers, it will not be used anymore. I don't know. I mean, like it will be not measured anymore, but just use as a complement in Maria. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So you guys actually could still use the stickers, but we are not going to measure that as a measurement.
Mm-hmm. I think okay. Thank you, Maria. Does anyone wants to have questions regarding Maria's campaign here? Yes, Vidi.
Right. Is the assets for the stickers documented somewhere in the best practice paper, maybe for hosting?
Is the what? WhatsApp stickers?
Yep. Like how to get that WhatsApp sticker. It's already documented in the
Yes.
hosting documentation.
Uh, in hosting documentation, I actually have another paper for these WhatsApp stickers.
Okay, can we join them together in the hosting best practice documentation so that maybe new host in the future will get that sticker easily?
I already attached the stickers to in the paper.
The, yeah, there's a separate paper, right? But maybe like for
Yeah.
example, if there's a new host, they will have difficulties finding that sticker because the paper is not attached to anywhere. As opposed to that, maybe new people will have to read the documentation, right?
I see.
Because I believe the
Okay.
previous agreement is that after we finish a pivot, we will update the documentation so that new people will understand what we've been doing. Like,
I actually already also put the pivots there on my card.
mm-hmm.
WhatsApp hosting stickers, and on the trail part, I also put the documentation of the evidence that we already have sent the sticker to guests.
Mm,
Sorry, guys, if I may interrupt. So I think what Vidi meant is you put in the like the HR documentation paper, right, Vidi? So like every new interns or trials can like see what's already there. So I think if Marius, you still not you still need help on that. I think Andre can help showing Maria the documentation. Yeah. And yes, Andre. So you want to ask something?
Yeah, just to add, actually, I think I'm a little bit like, so apa namanya? Yeah, just to introduce Mari, it's like the one in documentation that I already introduced you to Maria, right? So I already introduced you about the documentation and how can we actually fill it up and use it. And I request you to actually fill with the Facebook one, but let's have another discussion for apa namanya, for hosting documentation with you, especially.
Yes. I haven't
All right.
documentation. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, I think yes, Andre.
Apa Maria bilang apa barusan? Maaf.
I haven't made the documentation yet.
Oh, okay, no worries. Let's have a sub discussion with about it.
Okay, thank you, Maria, Andre, and Vidi. I think, Erica, can you add on the note that for Maria and Andre to have a sub discussion and regarding the hosting documentation. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anyone else wants to add something over this campaign? One, two, three. If not, let's move to our other campaign, which is the loyalty program by me. So sorry guys, I'm a bit lagging here. Okay, so for the loyalty program, the number of checkouts for Airbnb actually increased compared to last week, and for Booking.com it's still the same, another three checkouts for this week. However, the conversion rate for Airbnb and Booking.com kind of decreases. For Airbnb, it's by 0.5%, and Booking.com it's 0.51%. And actually, for Airbnb, after a consideration, I think the decrease could be because of the automatic goodbye message for the wording of the English version on Bigger doesn't ask the guests directly to leave a review. So I think that's why guests might not be aware of the intention from the message itself. And for Booking.com, we're still implementing the discount voucher, and result has been fluctuating over the past few weeks. And for the action plan is we will implement new approach for Airbnb, which is the WhatsApp as fourth layer notification, and will be explained further on my private cut later on. And the second one is we'll create a new goodbye message template for the English version on Bigger. And that's it from me. Anyone wants to ask questions? Yes, Andre.
Actually, I just wanted to ask, have we actually ever experiencing increasing of reviews Sasha lately because of the apa namanya automated review?
Automated review. Airbnb I think over the past 2 weeks has been decreasing, but I think 2 weeks ago it fluctuates see. But these 2 weeks it's decreasing. And for
And how?
Booking.com, yep.
No, just continues first.
Yeah, and for Booking.com, it's actually increased last week, but I kinda put the wrong number, so it's just decreased for this week for Booking.com.
Yeah, I'm just actually curious if we kind of have this kind of system that makes reporting is kind of delayed, and it will like showing decreasing number, right? So I'm just confused. How can we actually make a good expectation with the new members that maybe don't really know about this and something like that? Maybe this question is offered to video moment.
Oh, so you mean
Yes.
if there are misreporting from the previous week and then new members will not be able to figure out why suddenly it decreases, yeah?
Actually, it's about the automated, right? If the automated is like waiting for 4 days, if maybe during that 4 days we actually have a faster review that coming. So with those kind of situation, and the review will be show that it's actually decreased because it is automated. Paham nggak maksud gue, Pak?
Oh, gua paham sih. Sebenarnya ya karena maksudnya kalau misalnya kan sistem otomatisnya itu setelah 3 hari ya baru kita live review ya.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
D plus for checkout for the automated review. Kalau automated goodbye message is 2 days after
2
checkout,
days
right?
after checkout ya.
Yes.
So it's like different filter Andre. Jadi kayak 1 hari setelahnya notification from Airbnb. The second day after checkout there will be a goodbye message. Third day after checkout there will be like um, review, guest review. But I think I get what you mean. But of course, I think there's always a delay in a lot of stuff like inquiry. Inquiry comes like today, but it might be converted like in 3 days or something. So because it's already recorded in bigger, even if we move on to like next month, the results for this month will be accurate because it will always be displayed within the with like it will be altered automatically, right? For Airbnb especially, but for Booking.com, yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, yeah, I understood. See, so it will be safe when we actually also recap it on the end of the month or something itu juga kan?
Yeah, but we also look back at like the previous month for
Yeah,
May, but you look back at April, something like that. That will be like the safest one because the booking window for no, the review window maximum is 14 days. Yeah,
For Airbnb, yes.
yeah, benar Pak.
that's
That's
why.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okur, sudah.
Does that answer your questions, Andre?
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna answer my questions because
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you for the questions. Anyone else wants to ask questions? Yes,
Yeah.
Vidi.
Just wanna add something else. Actually, just to remind everyone. The review thing. Actually, it showed an increase previously, but I believe it's still bugging. Yeah, Sasha.
Um, I think for ini ya, yang the one that just come up on the Select review channel this morning. Is it that
Oh no
one?
no no. That one. This one kan for guests yang udah check out after 4 days, but doesn't leave review yet. Have not
Mm-hmm.
left a review yet. Kalau misalnya yang I mean the one that we review to guests and we leave a review to guests kan automated kan from PD team.
Yeah.
So
I saw two of them. There are two that's not sent
that's
yesterday
what's
from
content.
YNS profile. Yeah, but
Right.
I already sent them.
Okay. Yeah. So just to remind everyone, so previously we did an experiment on automated sending guests a review basically, and it actually showed an increase, and then suddenly there are bugs, and then it decreases again, something like that. So maybe that's one of the issue as well why it decreases the past 2 weeks because there are lag time, just like what I mentioned, and also the bugs from the automated review.
All right. Thank you, Vidi, for bringing that up. If there's no one else wants to ask questions, I'll continue to our private cards. And by the way, I just saw welcome Anandya to the HAR Scrum. Yeah. Do you have a nickname for us to call you, or oh, is she lagging? By the way, welcome Anandya. Okay, we'll continue to our private card, and we can have a chat later on with her. Okay. And so I see for Fidis, there's no update here. And Andre,
A little update, sorry, I
yes.
forgot to remove labor, but I'll be assisting Andre and Maria in this private card because I think it's very
Mhm.
relevant, yeah, to the other chapter I'm in as well. So yeah, I've set the deadline to 1 week, so be expecting that.
Okay, okay. Yes, please do set a date. Oh, there's a due date here, yeah, Fidi. Who's that? Oh, yes, Andre.
How do we actually classify who's going to take this private card video? If initially this is mine, right, and then you took it over,
Yep,
and this is
but I
not.
mean, I will do this feature on behalf of HR team, and then
Yes.
maybe the analysis can be done by Maria and also Andre.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Finally ya, Pak ya.
All
Yeah.
right.
Sasha, thank you. Miss ya.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, Fidi and Andre. Okay, then let's move to our next private card, which is by Andre. Do you have any update here, Andre? I saw it's already past the due date, though.
Oh yeah, it is actually I'm going to update about the May pricing as well, which is it's actually got help from Anan here, the new intern, still trial.
Mhm.
So we actually have only data for before May itu apa sih datanya aku lupa. Ya pokoknya pricing yang sebelum Mei. Terus kita belum punya pricing Mei, and we will going to update the May pricing as well. And also notable things, I think VD yesterday brought up kenapa kita nggak nge-share calendar by sharing the Airbnb link only, right? So actually know the answer because if the guest house is kind of hard to track the availability only. So that's why we apa namanya? In the beginning, we think that actually Tokit can share one property instead of one listing only, right? So it turns out that actually Tokit cannot do that, and then we actually, yeah, that's the purpose why we want to use Tokit initially when we want to try Tokit calendar sharing. Just remember that way. So just actually the update from me just that, but maybe if VD got another follow up question.
Okay, thank you, Andre. Vidi, do you have anything to add, Vidi?
Yeah, no, I'm just a bit so in the new calendar, how do you recap the data? So for example, if there's a one guest house with 8 units, then one of it is actually free. You will mark it as available, something like that. Yeah.
Ya, kalau kemarin sih aku agreement sama si Anan itu misalnya kita ambil the longest period dia bisa stay. Misalnya nih katakanlah kencana cuma 2 room yang buka tapi buat daily doang nih. Kita showingnya tuh yang paling panjangnya dia bisa dari tanggal berapa sampai berapa.
Oh.
Let's say dailynya itu ada dari room ini tapi nanti pindah ke room itu, nanti juga itu ada showingnya juga. Tapi overall kita ambilnya untuk the longest stay dia bisa stay daily.
For now, how do you collect this data? Where do you like Tokit as well?
Tokit.
Okay, then maybe we can have a sub discussion because coincidentally, I think I'm doing this for community as well, getting the availability of properties automatically or something like that.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Vidi.
Okay, thank you, Andre and Vidi. Yeah, I think please you guys make a sub discussion, and Erika, could you please write down on the activity, mention Vidi and Andre to have a sub discussion regarding this, and bring up the result by the on the next Scrum. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Anyone else wants to ask something on this? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's move to our next pivot card, which is by me. This is actually the new pivot that we discussed, that we explained earlier. This is the WhatsApp fourth layer notification for Airbnb guests. So basically, it's the same like what we did before, but actually the step for the WhatsApp message from to guests, it is we moved it to the last one, the fourth layer one. So it will be sent like 5 days after checkout. And actually, I think Vidi already make the automated notification for Slack, yeah, regarding the guest who hasn't left review.
Yep.
And yeah, has it been done, Vidi, or it's still in like
Oh no, it's already
trial?
the HR channel.
Oh, so you decided on the HR channel?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I thought
in review
it's
channel, yeah.
supposed to be on the review channel, because
I
if
can
it's
just
on
move it.
HR,
It's going to be
it's
easy.
gonna be too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid like that.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it's still like in progress for the the automated notification on Slack. Vidi will move it to the reviews complaints channel, and also I'll set a due date for this one as well. We'll measure it for until next week, I think. And yeah, I'll set the due date here first. Mm-hmm. Yes, Vidi.
Oh yeah, I think you forgot to also mention, like for example, if it appears in the review channel already, people who the host that will recontact the guest through WhatsApp will mark the message as like thumbs up, something like something that Maria did with BC inquiry. I think that's a good practice to like notify everyone that it has already been dealt with.
Yeah, sure. I'll tell the host and the HR team to do that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much for this one. Just a brief explanation on this. Anyone wants to ask something for this one? If no, I'll continue to this one. Actually, for the discount voucher or TAs, this actually already done. But I just want to give a conclusion on this, that it's not quite effective on Airbnb guests. So we will discontinue it for the Airbnb guests, but we will keep implementing it for the Booking.com guests. That's pretty much it. See. And if you guys wants to see the paper, you also guys can see that on the Airbnb discount voucher paper here. And yeah, and pretty much this already done. Anyone wants to like ask anything? If no, okay, I'll just move it to the stack. Oops. Okay. Then I think we can move to the Maria's pivot card. Oh, this is. Do you have any update on this, Maria, for the Booking.com best practice?
Yes, actually, yes, this best practice, the paper is in progress, and the Canwell has been sent to most of confirmed booking and already reached guests through WhatsApp. Like after we send them Canwell, we also reach them through WhatsApp. And what I need to do next is add more photos on the paper, create new snippet for Become hosting, and document all the Canwell and welcome messages. And I will document this on BC paper.
Okay. What do you? So we use Ganwell for on the Booking.com chat, yeah, when there's a booking confirmed.
Yes, once the booking is confirmed, I send them again well through booking.com because like
Oh, so
previous.
the same like Airbnb.
Yes.
Hmm. And if I would like to get your clarification, what do you mean by add more photos on the paper? What photos is that?
I mean like the screenshot of how we actually doing this best practice, the steps
Mhm.
and the way.
Oh, okay, okay. I see. All right. I think. Thank you, Maria. Does anyone wants to ask questions regarding Maria's private card here for the Booking.com hosting?
I'm interested actually.
Yes, sweetie.
Uh,
Yeah.
you've made a new paper on the best practice for Booking.com. So far, what's the biggest difference in the best practice between Airbnb and Booking.com that you've seen? Like, what's the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is actually sending the Canwell actually, and actually I'm making this best practice because we are kind of hard to reach the guest when the case number is invalid.
Okay, I see. So you've also included like, okay, if the guest number is invalid in Booking.com, what you should do that, something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's really good.
Okay. Thank you, Freddy and Maria. I think, but we have a discussion with Andre earlier, yeah, Maria, regarding what we should do. If the case number is invalid, maybe we can like apply that as well on this case. And yeah, I think that's it. Anyone else wants to ask questions?
Aku reconfirm.
Yes, Andre.
Canwell itu udah working di booking.com juga ya?
Yes, I'm applying that since like previous week, this past weeks.
Oh, tapi ketika guestnya copy masuk dengan booking code itu udah masuk, Maria.
Yep.
Udah confirm. Oh,
Mm.
oh I just know that. Okay, but thank you, Maria, for the clarification. Emang iya kok?
Oh, ini yang guest portal ya?
Guest portal, iya
Oh,
kan?
even
Guest
for
portal.
direct booking now, it's already okay, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for direct booking and all kind of booking, usually it's also okay. Yeah, the
Hmm.
details can be seen in the product documentation lah.
Sap. Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Maria.
All right. Thank you, Fidi, for and Maria and Andre for that. And if there's no other questions regarding the Maria's private card, sorry, we'll move to our other card, which is by Erica's here, properties with high demand for pet friendly. Any updates on this, Erica?
Yeah, so actually, I just drafted the terms and condition for partners, and Kak Sasha is already revising it, and I probably need some time to revise it as well, and then I will propose it to Om Rafiq, and then Om Rafiq can propose it to the partner. But I think we need one more meeting before we settle the terms and condition. Yeah, so I will update the due date, and then I will update how the property will react to it, probably next week.
Okay, thank you for the update. And when do you think the TNC can be finished for the terms and
I think
condition?
I think before Monday I can finish it, but I need a confirmation from you and Om Rafiq as well before we
Mhm.
actually propose it to the partner.
Okay. Can you also set a reminder for yourself there to have the terms and conditions ready by Monday? So like Om Rafi can like persuade the owners faster as well. So yeah, we can have do it like get decisions for this. And
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
anyone else wants to ask questions? If no, I think that's pretty much it for the pivot card. And has anyone contacted Nadine yet? Did she reply to update the what is it, the inquiry optimization?
Nadine tadi katanya apa? Dia throw up something.
What? Sorry, Andre. Throw up.
Nadine muntah something.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's no update yet on this one. Wait, it's still loading on my side. Oh, she updated it. Okay. I think just gonna read this analysis by Nadine for the Instagram because it's by me. So there's written downs because guests have found accommodation. Two of the three most likely because we try to find the property that suits the guest request, but it takes some time to get back. So yeah, I think that's why the timing is important. So the request from guests is actually 1 to 2 bedroom pet friendly villa in Seminyak or Uluwatu with enclosed living room with AC and modern design. I think this is why we take some time to get back because we actually don't have this kind of property yet with us. So we try to like look for others from other like source as well. And that's it from Instagram. So for agent sales, Andre, could you please give us your update for the inquiry?
Yes, actually the update for agent is actually we're trying to understand why actually the agent's inquiry always turned down gitu kan. So we want to analyze every inquiry this week, start from the last Tuesday until the next PI Scrum, and we want to see the result of every inquiry. Why did they turn down or something, or why did they confirm or something? So also the agent engagement is still working by sending the poster and also the WhatsApp story. So it is actually just for the agent apa sih namanya, like property bank list something like that. And yeah, for the last one is currently still waiting for the like 5 daily deals. I think it's from 4 until 10 May or something. So
Mhm.
currently just still working on that.
Okay, hopefully we can close the deal for lot 5, yeah. Okay, thank you, Andre, for the update. And for Facebook, Maria, do you have any update? Because I don't see any analysis for Facebook yet.
For Facebook, it's actually pretty much the same case with Instagram since many of the guests is looking for pet-friendly villa in Canggu, but we don't have any supply yet for that.
Okay, okay. And can you please put your analysis there on the activity so we can like all understand like what's going on actually? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Fidi, do you want to ask?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
please.
I believe Maria is helping Nadine with the cold calling, right? Yeah, how
Yes,
is it going?
it's actually um, still like pending and paused. Like I already asked them for several, I asked through several properties, but since I don't know their availability and the pricing, like we need to upsell, right, if we want to sell to the guests, but then it's mostly because of pricing also
I see. So
and their
because of the upselling, yeah.
response.
Because of upselling, the
Oh,
price doesn't work with the guest, yeah.
Yep.
hmm. Yeah, that's a bit hard see to do that. But do you have any due date on the cold calling, Maria? Or
Not yet.
yeah, I think it's best to set a due date to see like how it goes, and yeah, you and Adin can work it out and make a conclusion for this pivot. Yeah. Yeah, Erica, I think you can remind Maria and Nadine as well on Nadine's pivot card for them to set a due date and like you know for this one because I think this one is already past the due date. Okay, so does anyone want to ask any more questions for the inquiry optimization?
Oh yes, I wanna ask question for Sasha.
Yes, Andre.
Since you mentioned also about it's gonna take a quite time to check the property, do you think our listing filter will help for you if we kind of increase maybe the quality of the filter, or maybe we increase the apa namanya the apa sih aku bilangnya tuh
Feature.
ketepatan gitu loh. Iya gitu
Mm.
karena
The one on bigger, ya, Andrea.
yeah, it's
Feature.
one of bigger. Do you think because we actually have that source, we have that source
Yes.
to help? Do you think it's going to help if we kind of improve this listing list?
Well, actually, I would like to ask question. Actually, is it all the listing that is it updated, like for the features, like and the amenities there, is it updated or not for each property's listing, or is it been there like since a long time and no one updated?
Maybe this is to VD since the
Yes,
one who
please.
handle on.
Yeah, I made that one actually. Yeah, I believe the unit features. The last time it was updated, maybe like few months ago. Actually, that's right.
Hmm.
The one that's supposed to update it is actually the content team, but I'm not sure. Yeah, let's have a sub discussion on that one whether we can actually improve the features. Yeah.
Yes, I think yes, Erica, could you please set a reminder for I think the HR team to have a sub discussion regarding the property listing filter on bigger and bring the result by the next Scrum. And yeah, Andre or anyone wants to ask another questions?
What do you think is lacking from this analysis, Sasha?
Actually, I already put an action plan I gave to Nadine, but maybe she forgot to put it here. Uh, I saw that the HR team forgot to follow up to guests. Because I saw like on the chat, like it's ended from the guest side. The guest just said okay, but then there's no response from the HR. But I have followed the map, but yeah, it's turned down because the timing actually. And I also proposed to the HR to maybe try the cross-selling first while we're trying to find the properties that suit the guest request. If it takes like some time, we can try the cross-sell first while waiting for the property. And yeah, I think that's for the Instagram. See,
Okay, but what you see in general of the analysis?
for Nadine's analysis,
Yeah,
I think there's no like action plan on what we should do. Like it's just an
actually,
analysis.
if we kind of see from my side ya, ini kan
Mm-hmm.
kita sebenarnya inputnya gitu tuh ada Airbnb, Facebook, Agent, and Instagram, which I believe yang di sini cuma Instagram and
Oh
Agent,
yeah,
right? So we don't really know
right, right.
what's really happening on Facebook or something or maybe Nadine is tend to apa namanya want to explain by herself. So maybe the all of the team can just listen to Nadine explanation, and that's actually not apa namanya maybe not a good practice if we want to kind of do that. So maybe and then next time if we want to make all of the analysis, so we should make like all of the input to be analyzed in this Python, so it will well documented and everyone can see, even though Nadine juga nggak bisa datang mungkin. So that's
Mm-hmm.
it from me. Maybe mungkin Nadine juga masih sakit or something, makanya belum
Yeah,
update this.
yeah, I think so. By the way, thank you, Andre. Yes, Mr. Jane.
Yes, thank you, Andre, also for speaking up about that. Vidi, I have a question. Would it be helpful if we could put the graph showing the time plot of the inquiry conversion rate on this card?
Oh, the one that I showed you before.
Yeah, because what we're seeing right now is a snapshot, right,
Yep.
of each particular inquiry conversion rate. We don't see what is the inquiry conversion rate doing over time. And without that, it makes it, yeah, we don't have context, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be useful, of course. The thing is, it's just been done yesterday. Like the manual process, the sheet, the Google sheet is actually manual, and it's already available in Redash right now. It's part of product development project.
Okay.
Yep, and if it's already confirmed by the client, then maybe we can launch this to production and we don't have to like mark. We don't have to take note of the numbers each time. We just
I
have
see.
to like open redash or something.
Okay. Any sort of time series plot or time plot would allow greater understanding, I think, of how we're doing now compared to before, and
Yep, yep, yep.
what is the trajectory looking like. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jing, for the heads up on that. And yeah, I think if there's no one else wants to ask question, we can end the update on the campaigns and pivot. And Erica, you can also like remind Nadine to give an update for Airbnb. And thank you, Andre, for the heads up. Yeah, I forgot about the Airbnb as well. So yeah, if that, I'm gonna stop the screen sharing for this one. Let me share. Let's move to discussion paper. All right. Mm, Um, anyone, can you see the paper yet? Or yes, it's. How about now? All good. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I think we have some questions from Erica that hasn't been answered for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I believe it's this one here. I think we can just give quick discussion because I think it won't take like that long. So, Erica, could you please explain more on this?
Yeah, so actually, it's me and Kak Maria's question. The context is that when someone is already checked the bigger and already push the button, but then the person forgot to do the actual morning message. Yeah, so how do we like overcome that really like um Kak Fidi here asked me like why is it already updated because uh probably someone would like to update the bigger first and then do the actual morning message, but accidentally that person forgot to do the actual morning message, so that is the case.
Okay. Well, this is from Vidya.
Yeah, that is from Kak Fidi.
Okay. Sorry
Do you get
to.
do you all get the idea of the question?
Yeah, I get it. Anyone else get it? Maria, Andre, Fidi, Mr. Jing, and Anandia. Yeah, I'm gonna forward it to Maria first. Maria, what do you think? How we can like handle this kind of situation, this kind of problem?
I think we could actually send the good morning message first, then click if we already done send it, rather than we click the journey first and then forget to do that.
Yeah, that's actually what I think as well. Anyone else agree or have like addition to and anything to add for Maria's answer?
Me.
Yes,
Um,
Andre.
Actually, mungkin pertanyaan kalau misalnya nggak morning message, nggak harus morning message sekarang gitu, teman kepencet duluan gitu kan. Nah, what I can think is sebenarnya kita kan nggak bisa undo ya, nggak bisa undo questioning. We cannot really undo the questioning. So we kind of use actually the source yang mungkin kita bisa gunakan untuk clarify this message. Mungkin dari internal notes nih, we have the internal notes. Mungkin uh, apa namanya kita bisa cek juga di internal notes kalau misalnya ini sebenarnya belum terlalu apa namanya belum di good morning message gitu kan. Terus kemudian kita juga bisa clarify ke tim HAR nih. We can clarify to tim HAR-nya atau mungkin we can just put on the night shift paper misalnya a day before yang kita realize nih, oh ini tamuku which I haven't really update the morning message. Biasanya itu kita bisa kayak update di NS paper to like say this is actually haven't been sent the morning message, so I will send it or please send it on the next morning. So it's how you can actually make clarification and how you delegate juga nanti kemudian biar clear.
Yep. Thank you, Andre. Fidi, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I just remembered what's the context of this question. When I answered this, Yeah, my first question maybe like why is it updated? Maybe just now already explained by Erica. Maybe there are circumstances where it's actually click but not just sent. For the data itself, you can request to the PD team or maybe just tell me like what's the actual date where you send a morning message so that the consistency in redash can be maintained. That's what I meant. Just tell the PD team to update the data
Mm,
and update it at during the abnormal circumstances.
okay, okay. Okay. Anyone else wants to add? If not, I think we already made a conclusion on this. So probably Erica also can help Andre in writing the conclusion. So we can actually, send the message first to guests and then update it on the, what is it, on the bigger for the first morning check. But if it's accidentally already like somehow like checked on the bigger first but hasn't sent the morning message yet, we can make a clarification, as Andre mentioned there, on internal notes or the night shift paper to remind the host for the next day to send the goodbye message. Yeah, I think that's all has been said. Erica, does this answer your questions? Okay, awesome. Let's move to our other questions. I think it's by Erica as well. How to deal with the hit and run guess. Yeah, Maria has explained here. Does anyone want to add? Probably from Andre or Vidi.
What do you think the best source to answer this kind of question, Sasha? We have actually activity yang biasa untuk kita talking about this kind of type of question.
Oh, Discord.
Almost lah.
Is that what you mean?
No, we have activity that we have done every week gitu kan tentang this kind of question. What do you think that activity is?
Well, asynchronous like discussion. Is that what you mean?
It's actually inquiry
Very
workshop.
workshop.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't thought of that,
Right.
but yeah,
Right,
yeah. Thank you for
This-
reminding me that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually apa namanya kalau hit and run itu ini kayak yang di apa namanya udah dijelasin sama Maria juga. So it's this gimana sih caranya kita follow up and sometimes. And misalnya nih Erika find out something yang related about inquiry yang bikin kepo banget, itu boleh di brought up ke langsung inquiry notifications like itu sebenarnya nggak harus setiap hari yang inquiry workshop, but you can actually do it every day if you have a unique inquiry or maybe inquiry yang bikin kamu kepo or something. Yes, Erika. Oh, sorry, back to Michelle.
Yes, okay, Andre. Yes, Erica, please.
I also want to add context to this question. For the guest itself, yeah, we have inquiry workshop and we have a best practice on how to handle this kind of situation probably. But what is the issue is that from the partner's view, like one time when I made this question, one partner complained to us like why the guest didn't show up, and because the partner already prepared for everything, they already came from their home to the villa, so that is what makes them kind of angry for the hit and run guest. That is the issue, I mean.
Actually, I have a thought on that.
Interesting. Okay, so since Erica has clarified, this is not purely like the inquiry, but about from the partner side, yeah, how we can like handle it. Yes, Vidi.
This is actually interesting. Previously, I believe we do have the best practice for on-site visit. Yeah, this one. Yeah, in this case, yeah.
Like which one you mean?
Yang if the guest does not answer, maybe like how many hours before the actual visit time, then we can say that it's not they canceled their visit or something like that.
I don't really remember about that.
I remember
But
it being implemented in I can't remember the property name, but yeah. So when the guest doesn't answer, then we just mention like, oh ya nggak jadi gitu.
Because actually we're kind of facing also with the last minute visit yang itu bit tricky juga, tapi itu potential juga
If
somehow.
it's last minute, then maybe just set the expectation to the guest. Oh ya, ini kalau misalnya udah nyampe, oh ya ini kita staffnya lagi OTW sana and so on so forth. What do you think?
Okay, if I may interrupt, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think what I recommend is actually that one day you already say to the partner that we have new booking, right? But the guest actually hasn't paid yet, right? So I think from my side, this is for that case. I think we can like make sure don't give like high expectation to the partner first. Just try if there's any booking, can you actually like provide the guest or not just like saying, oh, we have guests coming in a few minutes, right? Because like if like that, then yeah, we can't guarantee that the booking actually has been made or not because the guest actually hasn't paid yet. I think from that case, um, we can do that for that one. And for the inquiry no response after visit, um, does Andre wants to add anything for that?
Actually, let's try to see it in internal and external sides, right? Let's internal is from HAR and external is from the partners. And how can we actually make both of sides is inspire gitu kan? Nah, when we are facing with inquiry dan mungkin a visit yang mungkin membuat orang bikin bingung gitu kan, karena mungkin tiba-tiba the guest is not showing up or the guest is not really answering. Let's see from the anu dulu deh. Kita ngelihat dari guest side dulu. What can actually we do mungkin adalah dengan give a straight reminder buat guestnya. It's like when you say, please let me know if you really wants to come because the partner needs to prepare the room atau the partner needs to come jauh dari rumah, let's say mungkin 20 minutes away from the home to the property, so we can give a good visit for you lah. So we can welcome you in a very good way or something. Nah, jadi kita bisa fixing itu dari guest side-nya juga. And then kalau dari partners, it's right if we have to give not a high expectation, cuman it's like we need to tell also the updates of the guest. Let's say the guest is not really answering within 2 hours within an hour before the visit, and then we just gonna say, Pak, ini apa namanya, kita udah kontak guestnya, cuman mungkin belum ada respons, tapi akan kita follow up lagi. Terus kemudian HR tuh tetap akan memberikan follow up sama seperti tadi kita bilang, ada guest, ada kita ngelihat dari guest side-nya juga, tapi kita ngelihat dari partner side juga, supaya partner side tahu update tentang guestnya juga kita bisa bikin mereka tuh straight with the timing yang udah ditentuin.
Yeah, I think we have decided as well for the visit if the guests actually like to keep updating the partner for the visit, and we also like if it's already like the time for the visit but guest hasn't arrived yet or appeared or replied to us, we can like probably following up to the guest and also like set a deadline. If we, for example, don't hear you until like in an hour, we can probably reschedule the visit, something like that. Yes, Erica.
Do you guys think that we need to set like the exact deadline for it, like maybe 1 hour? Because in that case, one time that partner, which is Kencana Homestay, I think they because of this last minute stay, they decided that visit is only allowed Hamin satu before the visit actually before the guest actually visit. They made that statement. So when I got the inquiry for Kecara Homestay, I hesitated to let the guest visit if it's a last minute. What do you think about that?
So, Maria, what's your thought on that?
I think we could also done that in the announcement, no last minute visit for some property if they ask.
How about Andre? Thank you, Maria. How about Andre?
Tricky, but it will be different between one of the other property, like so it's like we trying to apa namanya trying to find sebenarnya how many property yang self check in, jadi itu akan depends on every property. Kayak puri kelapa itu staffnya di sana terus, jadi misalnya mau visit juga bisa-bisa aja gitu kan. So kalau misalnya mau nunggu dari best practice-nya dari partner, mendingan kita bikin best practice untuk follow up the case-nya aja sih. Untuk timing untuk case-nya itu straight, misalnya within kita bikin follow up 1 jam sebelumnya dan kita bikin follow up mungkin 10 minutes before. So it kinda makes the case kita sure gitu kalau case-nya itu mau visit.
Yeah. Thank you, Andre, for the answers. But I think we need a best practice for this one because this is a pretty interesting topic for the hit and run and also the inquiry no response after visit. Yeah, sure, Andre. I think for the next one I think we can make a sub discussion for this because I think it will take some time to like discuss about this whole thing, or we can also use Discord to discuss on this thing. Okay, I think we'll skip this one first at the moment and continue to the next questions. Okay, I think I would love to answer Andre's question. We'd love to discuss, but I think it will take some time, and we also only have like 3 minutes left. So probably I think Maria's questions is like we can get a faster, decision on this. So Maria, could you please explain more on your questions here?
Yes, thank you, Mr. So this question is like when we want to check out the guest, there's option like guest is happy or not happy, right? But once I mean like I'm not the one who hosts the guest, how actually we can conclude the stay? Like I mean I'm doing the night shift and there's a last minute, so I'm going to be the host, but the rest of the day is I'm not the one who actually hosts the guests.
Okay. Thank you for the explanation. Erica, what do you think of this? Do you have any thoughts on Mari's question here?
Yeah, I actually experienced this as well as a host, and yeah, it's kind of tricky and confusing at times because we don't really know who's really in charge of this person because the first one has been assigned as host. We didn't really host the person. Yeah, so that is what I think. So I think we need a system for that, new system for that, to really make sure who's really in charge of the guest.
Andre, do you have anything to add for this one? As you're also like the host, right?
Ini maksudnya gimana sih? I lost the context.
Because for example, like as Maria mentioned, explained, so actually one guest can be handled by 2 hosts, right? Probably. For example, yesterday it was handled by Maria, and then today when the guest check out, it's handled by me. Like how I conclude that actually the guest happy or not and update it on the bigger one when they check out gitu loh. Do you get that, Andre?
Yeah, I'm still thinking actually. Maybe you could pass the videos first. I'm thinking, or
Yes,
maybe
Vidi, please.
the team.
Right. Kayak sub host gitu ya. Tapi tadi ada poin Erika yang bilang, maksudnya assign host yang di bigger itu did not do their hosting. Maybe is it like because day off or something like that?
Yeah, I'm afraid it's because probably can day
Because
off
of
or
day
something.
off, right? And then we in Asia, I believe we have the buddy system, the substitute. Kalau misalnya ini nggak bisa, masih ada badinya gitu, itu masih ada nggak sistem kayak gitu?
Yeah, I think it still happen.
Ya, itu bisa nggak digunain? This is exactly why I required the minimum number of hosts,
Right.
the minimum number. Yeah, this is what I meant, Andre. Because during day off circumstances, this is why we can have just one additional maybe reservation or something. Because harus ada substitute-nya gitu loh. If
Yeah. But I was thinking mungkin gini sih, apa namanya? Kan sebenarnya misalnya katakannya hostnya Andre sama Vidi gitu kan. The first day Vidi, ketika Vidi stay, let's say the guest itu complain. Terus kemudian Vidi off, terus aku yang lanjutin. When I continue this hosting, we can actually see also the previous message gitu loh.
internal
Previous message in the hosting WhatsApp gitu.
Oh ya, WhatsApp juga bisa sih.
Nah, itu juga the first thing yang mungkin kita bisa lakukan. Terus mungkin kalau misalnya dia stay-nya longer or something like weekly or monthly gitu, kita juga bisa reconfirm dengan the main host kan. Misalnya kan ada main hostnya.
Yep.
Di assign itu Erika. So we can also contact Erika and asking the general, like just the general stay, Erika's opinion about the general stay gitu kan. Like, how's this guest staying, Erika? Do you think they're happy or not? Terus kalau udah di-conclude, where the buddy host can just update it based on what the main host saying about this guest stay. I would say that way sih. Tapi kalau tentang buddy, it's still working. Like who's ini pair dengan siapa, ini pair dengan siapa.
Okay, thank you, Andre, for the answer. Yeah, I would agree actually. Like, I think we have like kind of discussed it about it, like how we would conclude the stay whether guest happy or not by like seeing the last message on WhatsApp, right? Whether like how's their reply and like everything, whether they're happy or not. We can all see that as a host. Like we have that sense, And yeah, thank you for the answers, Andre, Vidi, and Erika. You can also break down your questions there, your answers there. Yeah. I think we can conclude that from Maria's question, that if how we decide whether the guest happy or not during the stay is that we can see from the previous message on WhatsApp, like how they reply and everything, whether they're happy or not. We can see that, and also like contact the main host that is assigned on bigger, like just asking like in general, like how are the things when you're hosting the guests, and if they're happy, then yeah, I think it's all set. Does this answer your question, Maria?
Just to add something, please, Mr.
Yes, Andre.
Also I think I already talked with Maria, and I haven't really proposed to any team of product development to make apa namanya kayak benchmark gitu loh, whether kita mau ngeflorin benchmarknya apa sih sebenarnya yang jadi patokan kalau guest itu happy, apa yang jadi patokan guest not happy. Let's say mungkin kalau not happy, unsolved complaint itu not happy. Kalau misalnya solved complaint, apakah itu di-conclude terus. Jadi kita tahu loh untuk menggunakan guest is not happy or guest happy itu ada benchmarknya. So I'm trying to make that from a hosting team supaya nanti kalau misalnya di-conclude itu kita bisa meng-conclude dengan benchmark yang benar supaya kita tahu apakah whether mereka happy or not. So just to add that once.
Okay, thank you, Andre. And Erika, you can also mention Andre on the conclusion to like update the benchmark on like how we can measure whether guests happy or not. And Andre, if you need to discuss it, you can like the HR team can also discuss it on Discord as well. Yeah. Awesome. I think that's pretty much it for today's Scrum. If we can conclude. And for Andres' question there, I think Erika, you can mention Doc for the HR team to like have a sub discussion or asynchronously answer that question. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone for attending today's Scrum. I'll let you guys all continue your work and have a lovely day. Bye guys. Thank you. Maybe you can stop recording.